You may not be lazy, but something much worse. We often associate our laziness or our procrastination with, we just didn't try hard enough or didn't plan enough, or, we just got too distracted. And I'm sure part of that is true, and sometimes it's exclusively true. But there's often a deeper root to our laziness or procrastination, and it's not a pretty one. It's not a description of us that makes us feel like, oh, it really wasn't our fault. It was just society's fault, or just the structure's fault, or I didn't have enough things in place. And part of the answer first involves fear. Fear. The reason why we didn't get something done is because we'd feared the amount of work it would take to get it done. Or we feared messing up and letting people down. Or we feared simply getting it wrong and paying the consequences. Or we feared losing the time that we could have had with some entertainment or something else we could have had. And so because of this sort of fear, we fail to do what we know is right and what would actually make us feel better. So first of all, it's fear. And second, related to this fear, it's because we lack courage. Now, courage is the virtue that overcomes fear because it knows a good thing to do through wisdom and pushes through all the fear that would prevent us from accomplishing it. So I just mentioned fear of failure, fear of letting people down, fear of losing time that you'd otherwise want to spend. It's massive. And courage is the virtue that we often lack today. We are too passive, we don't do what should be done, and we lack the courage to get it done. This is the blunt truth that many of us don't want to admit. So we work so hard creating programs and structures that avoid taking responsibility, avoid realizing that we simply lacked courage. And this lack of courage connects not only to letting fear overcoming us, and then, of course, secondly, lacking courage. But third is the final realization that our ultimate problem, the why we're so sometimes lazy or sometimes procrastinate, is simply because we're cowards. We are those who have the vice of cowardice. We fail to do what is right because we're afraid of the work it will take to get it done. We're afraid of what people will say if we fail. We're afraid of losing time that we'd rather spend on entertainment. It is subtle and yet real and comprehensive, this fear. I am not claiming that all cases of procrastination or laziness are caused by fear, a lack of courage, and ultimately cowardice, but some is. And you may think the reason that you're not getting things done is simply because I haven't yet found the right structure. But what I would like to say to you is take a pause on that. Take a deeper look at your inner life and wonder at this question. Am I strong and courageous? Be strong and courageous. Be full of courage to overcome the crushing fear of what you must do because it is so much and is a mountain in front of you. Scale that mountain one step at a time, and you may find that the real problem for why things weren't getting done, the real problem that overcomes your laziness, the real problem that overcomes your procrastination was simple, straightforward cowardice. There's a bit more to the story. Watch this video to learn what true courage is and why it must also pursue nobility.